Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where everything seems to hinge around the DL6 case from years ago. More information is being gathered with every person we talk to, and with that said, we want information from the source, I imagine. So let us head back. We've talked with most people to the fullest extent that we can. Let's go to the Wright & Co. law offices. Larry's not here anymore. One day left, Nick, and see where we can go after that. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Indeed, we've got to get going, I guess, because we haven't spoken to you because Larry was here, that we now have the option to. What do you think we should do now, Mayor? You would know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. Well, thank you for being helpful, as usual. Well, had any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL6 incident. We'd better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. Something that happened back then has a hold on Edgeworth and it won't let go. Indeed it does. Well, if we want to head to a specific place for any information here, the best place for us to go to would probably be to Gumshoe again. December 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs Department, indeed. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today, or why not? He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is panning the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Indeed, so... with Von Karma in front of us as well, it seems like it's definitely the right place to be going. A confrontation is soon to be had. As we enter the records room indeed. Now why are you here? Dusty as always? You were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Why is he not here? Well, that said and all, let's examine the records yet again, I guess. Here are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too, quietly gathering dust. That's the way to think about it, but to be honest, the suspicious slightly open drawer looks like it's wanting my attention. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick, the file for DL6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Yeek! Whoa, he looks really weird from a front-on profile. Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Right then, let's talk, though he's got a sinister smile on his face. Even a smile looks evil from him. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did, but what I don't get is... why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Okay then. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Indeed, which is probably why he was there. He's taken the case files, which are under his arm, if you notice. It's gotta be. Well, usually we can get more talk options than 2 at any one time. And nothing's moving on from here, where I think this is definitely the place to be. If Gumshoe's off trying to find the caretaker, and this seems to be the case here, it's time to present something. Though I wouldn't normally try to present something that's a bit, you know, like, hey, we've got this. This is an obvious trump card. If it's your handwriting, we can compare. A letter from the safe. This note details the murder and setup, and was in his handwriting, of course. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. See, this is what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't tell him things like this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense. Usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa! What are you? Nick, run! No! Maya! Out of my way! Whoa! He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya! The letter! Did he take it? Huh? Oh yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Also, wasn't the whole elevator thing in darkness after an earthquake? I don't know if there was emergency lighting or not, but a heart shot seems very precision. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Indeed, the DL6 bullet stashed in the pocket. What kind of evidence do we have at the moment? That's what I'm wondering exactly. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. And so we move on to the final day in court, wondering exactly what our remaining evidence is here. If we had evidence stolen. Right, December 28th, 9:51 AM. We moved on to the next day, but what I really want to know is what evidence I have. In fact, it's usually a good time to take good stock of my evidence just before we go on to Judgment Day, as Phoenix Wright puts it. But still, let's quickly check what was taken. And to be honest, nothing really, apart from, it seems, the letter itself. So what we have is Robert's autopsy report, which shouldn't matter at this point, nor the late photo. If it's going to be DL6 stuff, I don't know. We've already used these to probably their full extent. Misty Faye's photo might be useful. Didn't take that despite the fact it's DL6 evidence. The overhead map of Gore Lake. We've got the pistol bullet found in the victim's body. The ballistic markings match the murder weapon's barrel. We've still got the pistol from before. We've got the metal detector, which I'm not really sure we actually need anymore. We've got a parrot here. The erstwhile companion of the boat shop caretaker answers to the name of Polly. Let's just press along on the buttons here. We got the DL6 case file. File on the DL6 incident. Touch the check button to read. Did we ever actually read it? Right. Case summary. Date 12th of the 28th, which is of course today, but 15 years ago. Location elevator district court. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. Okay. Victim data. Gregory Edgeworth, age 35. Defense attorney. Trapped in elevator returning from a lost trial with son. Miles Edgeworth, age 9. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Have we got another similar thing going to what our gun was? The murder weapon was fired twice. Interesting. Yanni Yogi, age 37. Court bailiff. Trapped in elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. I feel we should have looked in this earlier when we had it. Right. Interesting information. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired. We now own that bullet. So this file is probably going to be very, very interesting indeed for us. Right, apart from that, court bailiff trapped in elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory loss due to the whole... This is a bit of an extra bit of text. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. That sounds like the interesting thing there, to be honest. Any extra superfluous text? Then we've got this whole thing here. To be honest, it's probably this page that'll be interesting for us. Taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart still bears clear ballistic markings after all this time. Well, I don't think it would have changed, but still. And you can see quite clearly where he was shot, more or less, from a red kind of staining on his jacket. Which is very interesting. So, if this was a precisely dark room as well, I know we're postulating rather than going on with the story here. And he was shot clearly in the heart. Looking at the height of the person, it looks to me like he was standing up to that window and was shot. Wouldn't you say? One, so someone could clearly target such a vital area. Two, it just seems to match up height versus window. This is interesting. I think my thoughts are leading somewhere extremely well. Right then. Well, it's Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big deal? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. What, we got static, have we? Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah. Thanks, Mayor. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Mayor, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. I'd probably be going around doing, whoa, yeah, pal, gumshoe. What's got into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. So was the whole phrase where it said our evidence was stolen just to get us to look at the evidence at that point? Seems so. The game really helps you along. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's effort, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. He looks irked, actually, maybe because he didn't expect the caretaker to be caught. However, the caretaker is yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. I think I see the angle you're playing here, Karma. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Let's see if I can get his voice right again. As he pops open. Why I left court. The witness testimonies begin. I'm really sorry about you leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? Nothing about where the police found him, etc., etc., because he wasn't back at his shack. He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Well, Karma's told us to cross-examine as much as we need, so we're going to do just that. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. Okay, then. Why did you leave, still? I caught you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. What's your problem? Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Well, I wasn't running away or nothing. It seems like you were still, but I'd say you've conferred in the meantime. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen while someone is talking? No, it is. If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. We poke and prod. That's how we do things. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Hold it! Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see? She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that, but he could have been on his way back to the shack if Von Karma was hiding him and they were conferring, which is why they're so relaxed now. He sent him back to get caught and set up things for court today. 2 different types of court there. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. Okay. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. And how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. So we will continue, but next episode it's kind of really weirdly weird, but we know he's got a motive, so maybe if we press hard on this one, or have we got some evidence that we can present? I guess we'll confer or think about this for next episode. Join me then for more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Bye-bye.